All right, so we'll start with an opening statement from Dave Magarity, and then Maureen will add another statement, and then we'll open it up to questions. As a reminder, please text me if you'd like to ask a question. Please send me your name if I don't have your number.
All right. Well, I'll start off. It's sort of a surreal day, but as a coach, I couldn't be more disappointed in our performance. I was prepared, hopefully for a good game, number one, or a close game. And if we won or we lost, I think I would have felt a little different. So we were pretty much dominated in every category today. And I'm concerned because we got to take the floor again in less than 24 hours. And one of our leading scorers and players just looked like she had a really rough day, and Elisa Fallon, and nobody really looked like they were focused at times. But I think Holy Cross had a lot to do with that. Their defensive game plan, their ability to score the ball, and they broke us down. We could not contain LaBarbera in the second half. I thought at halftime, even though we didn't play well, I just felt that, especially after us coming back last weekend, being down 18 against Colgate to win the game by 19, I really felt, we'll figure this out, because we had not played well in the first half of any game, in league play so far. So that second half was just a complete, we just got manhandled.
Yeah, I think for us, we're completely opposite. Obviously, I thought everything really went our way. I'm just so proud of our team. We've, this is the third game in a week that we've played. We played Monday and Tuesday against a really good BU team, and I'm just so proud of how we've bounced back. We're still trying to figure out our identity, and so many people stepped up today, and it was just a great win. And I just felt, as a new coach with a really young team, I just felt on both ends of the floor, we were just really focused, and it was just one of those days. It just seemed like everything was going our way, and we caught Army on a really tough day. And it's hard because this is a big win for the team. It's our first win, and there's been a lot of attention throughout the week. And honestly, I don't think either one of us obviously thought it was going to go this way. But I'm sure tomorrow Army and my dad will figure some things out, and it will not be this easy.
So first question is from Doug Feinberg.
Hey guys, good to see you.
Doug.
Hey Doug.
I know you play again tomorrow. I mean, Mags, you mentioned how you're disappointed as a coach. Is there part of you now, or will it be later tonight, a proud factor of how your daughter's team played today? And conversely, Maureen, you're obviously proud of how your team did. Is there some sadness that obviously you beat a team that is coached by your dad?
I'll start off by saying that, there's no question I'm proud of her as a father, and the fact that they were prepared. And I really believe that at the end of the day, when it comes down to just, being able to adjust to things, she's always going to do a good job. I mean, she was prepared. They took away a lot of what we did well, especially in our first two league games. But, as we had talked about, we had, they had an opportunity to scout 7 of our games. And, we watched the BU game and, the 2 BU games, and BU plays a certain style of defense. And there's things that they did today that we hadn't seen before. And I was really concerned about that, watching how and knowing how explosive Avery LaBarbera is and their freshman McCormick. I knew that we were going to have a hard time keeping them in front of us, but I felt our team defense would do a better job. But, we did not play well in any facet of the game today, and that's very disappointing, considering, it was such a big game in terms of being a league game now. And now we got to get on a bus tomorrow and go to Worcester and do it all over again in less than 24 hours.
Next question from Tara Sullivan.
She was going to respond.
Sorry about that.
And for me, feeling bad. I mean, I think honestly, as a daughter of him, I'm disappointed in his team on the flip side. I think we've watched a lot of game film, like my dad mentioned. They're a tremendous team. They've had some really great wins under their belts, and their best players out right now too. So there's a little bit of that, and we know that, and we just had a really good day. And of course, I mean, we both thought this game was going to be much closer, and honestly, I never thought the score would ever be this either way. But like he said, I mean, they'll figure things out, and I know the next 3 games, I'd be shocked if they went this way.
Next question from Tara Sullivan.
Hi to both of you. Thanks for doing this. I appreciate it. And for jumping on the story, I'm one of those people. So I guess maybe you both have been asked this or whatever, but why do you think it just resonated the way it did, whether it's the times we're in or I don't know, but and just overall what you felt about the reaction and the way people have reacted to you guys facing each other?
Right.
Yeah, I think this year obviously has been a tremendously tough year for a lot of people. It's been very emotional, obviously, with the pandemic, and it's the year of the girl dad, right? And so I think with Kobe passing and everything around that, I mean, there's so many different stories and things. I think that right now people, obviously with everything going on in the Capitol, honestly, I feel that people needed something a little lighthearted and something just something to watch to kind of keep your mind off of all the, the seriousness of what's going on in the world, maybe. But at the same time, I mean, we believe it's history, right? So, that's what I think. I mean, and it's been an honor. It's been such an honor. I know me and my dad and my whole family, my sister, my brother, my mom, everybody has just really appreciated all the coverage. And to be honest, we laugh about it because I don't think we ever thought it would blow up to this. So thank you all for everything that you've done for us.
Well, Tara, I blame Doug Feinberg for all this. I mean, he's made my life miserable for the last couple of days. Associated Press, what are you going to do? It has been, it's been a lot of fun. And, the journey that Maureen and I have had together has been really special. Going back to, carting her around as a young AAU player. She played with Sue Bird as a youngster and, driving to Queens, New York from Poughkeepsie, the stories and the things that we have to reflect back on are such great memories. And then her career as a college player into, she spent a year and a half at BC, had a great freshman year, played on a top 10 team or top 15 team in the country. And then she had a great finish to her career at Marist, leading them to their first NCAA tournament. But the coaching piece, I think, is probably, for me, I knew when I saw her as a men's coach at Marist, as a 2-year captain, watched her firsthand and the things she did behind the scenes and how she communicated and handled things, that even the coaches didn't know about. But I was privy to, even because I was her father. I had a sense then that she could be really good at this, but I don't think she would tell you I ever pushed her into it. I might have pushed her into playing basketball because she wasn't very good at soccer or anything else. But for me, I wanted her to want to do this, and I think she embraced it at Marist, and then a year at Fairfield, and then I was blessed to have her with me for 4 years when I first took over after Maggie Dixon passed.
Next question, Ken McMillan.
Dave, obviously, you and Maureen have been very close over the years. You see each other over holidays or when you get a chance to visit the grandkids and all that. But just take me through your emotions, and you've played Maureen before in scrimmages. So just take me through the moment of seeing her today and looking across the court, knowing it's a real game. Was there a different kind of emotion, feeling?
Yeah, well, there was, Ken. Honestly, it may be hard to put in words, but it really hit me like a ton of bricks when I realized this is a league game, and it's a big game for me. And in terms of our positioning, knowing that I knew Boston U had beaten Colgate today, and in our small 4-team division, the way things are broken up this year because of COVID, every game is important within this division. And we were sitting at 1-1, and Maureen was 0-2, and I'm thinking, we need to, I don't want to embarrass her, and I hope it's a good game, but I need to win. And when I looked up and we were down by as many as 30, I'm thinking to myself, what parallel universe am I living in? What is going on here? But it was tough. It was a tough game. My head's still spinning. How did that happen? Because we had been playing decent basketball, and she really, kept coming off with 2 tough losses. So I give them all the credit in the world. Their kids stepped up. They played great. Their guards were terrific. They controlled the tempo. They out-rebounded us. Everybody on our team played great. They really did. We made them look like they were world beaters today.
Maureen, same question, just in a different perspective, seeing Dad across the court, knowing that you were foes.
Yeah, honestly, I still don't think it's actually really hit me. I think this week has been it's just been such a busy week. Like my dad mentioned, we played Monday, Tuesday against BU, and then with all this amazing coverage and just getting prepared for them, it's just been, I haven't had really a second to really take a breath. It's like, I've loved every minute of all the interviews we've done together, and and unfortunately tomorrow we got to turn around and play again. So maybe it'll hit me a little bit more on Sunday. But I'm just so proud of my dad, and I just and still as a daughter, it's kind of like this game. I'll always have my dad's back in that sense. Like my team did a great job. I'm so proud of them, and we showed up and we played well. But there's a part of me inside that's like, what happened to what were those kids doing today? Like as a coach's kid, like they didn't show up, they didn't do this or this for West Point. And I'll always have that. I think even as a as the other team's coach, as an opponent, I'll still in the back of my mind, even while we're doing things, watching, saying, not so much like, yeah, we got them on that, like, why didn't that kid do that? So it's different, but I'm always going to be proud of my dad, win or lose. But today I'm just happy that got the game in, got the win, and just moving forward. Honestly, for my team's sake, because I didn't really know where we were at.
Thanks.
Next question from Michelle.
Yeah, this is Michelle Vogel from ESPN. I wonder if I could ask Maureen one first, and then both of you. Maureen, obviously, congratulations, your first win at Holy Cross. I know you were AAU teammates with Sue Bird. I'm wondering, I think she tweeted yesterday who to root for. Have you heard from her? Did she tell you who she was?
She actually did reach out. She's the best. And, it's so funny because we all grew up together, and my dad's and all of us Magaritys are just so proud of everything that Sue has accomplished. And it's funny because her dad will still email me and Herschel Bird, and he'll still email me congrats or big win or this or that. So we laugh. I think she was rooting for me for 2 and him for 2, but I still don't have a definitive answer from Sue.
Gotcha. I have a feeling Herschel probably tells you what you do wrong and right too.
Yeah, exactly. My dad and Herschel, very similar in that sense.
Yeah. But for both of you, what has this meant to your players? Because, they've been part of this too, and seeing the coverage and like you said, being part of a girl dad moment in a year when that's been a big thing. How have they responded to this, and have they enjoyed it?
Well, for me, Michelle, honestly, my players really, no one really brought it up too much. I think they knew it was a big game. What was going on around them, but I didn't really spend a lot of time discussing it. It was Holy Cross. Holy Cross has been a big rival for us. I'd say after Army Navy, Holy Cross over the years has been probably our second biggest rival within the Patriot League. And, last year we were a very young team, and they had a terrific team, and we upset them. And I think that was on a couple of Maureen's players' minds. But, they didn't really, our kids really didn't, I don't think, got into it that much. I think they were just worried about coming out and winning and trying to sweep this weekend, which right now, we'd all be happy with a split here.
Yeah, I think for us, obviously we've been super busy this week, but it hasn't really come up. Obviously, I haven't brought it up. I mean, they know I've been bopping around, and our SID Sarah is the best, and she's pulling me. I've got to get to this interview and this interview. But it's funny. I think yesterday it did hit them like, oh, coach, this is a big game for us, but is there anything else going on? They're like joking around, and I think they know they're such a special group. I'm so so lucky to be their coach, and I'm just I feel honestly just the way they played today, it just felt like they were playing that much harder for me almost, just knowing what kind of was on the line. And granted, that motivation to get back at Army because they lost here and all that, but they were just so cute after the game. I mean, sorry for my hair and my hoodie, they completely drenched me and with water, and they're just so excited. And there's so many things. I beat my dad, it's our first win, and this year is my first win at Holy Cross, and we'll enjoy it for a couple hours, but trust me, a little quickly, I'm sure as soon as we get back on the bus, it'll be back to business.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Michelle.
Question from Ken Kraetzer.
Thank you, Ken Kraetzer, Sons of the American Legion Radio. Maybe I just ask Maureen about preparation for today's game. You've coached at Army, how your dad coaches. How is it just preparing for this game?
Yeah, like my dad mentioned, I mean, they had gotten the waiver for being a service academy to play some extra games in the non-conference than we were able to. So we definitely had that as an advantage to break down more game film. I think this year they're definitely running a different style of offense, more of a motion offense. When I was my dad's assistant, we ran a lot of more sets, and obviously when Kelsey Minato was on the team, everything went through Kelsey Minato. So they are different in that sense. A lot of movement off the ball. So yeah, it was a little different than just kind of watching yourself and as a mirror image. How I kind of felt when we used to scrimmage, but no question they'll be they're going to learn from this, and tomorrow I expect a really, really tough game, and I think I'm sure they'll be watching film probably right after this. So.
And maybe for Coach Dave Magarity, it seems like the second game of back-to-back so far this college basketball season have been real tough, real different than the first game. Is that something that you can use with your players, especially trying to work on reducing turnovers? You had 25 turnovers in this game.
Yeah, no question. I'm not sure watching that film is going to really. We're not going to get much out of that, Ken. I think it's just our focus. I just felt that they outplayed us and they out-toughed us, quite honestly, which is hard to say when you're supposed to be the U.S. Military Academy. But our kids just looked like they were in a fog defensively at times. And, the second chance points, the offensive rebounds we gave up were just uncharacteristic of us. I can sit here and say, yeah, we're, our leading scorer and rebounders out. Should hopefully be back when we play after this weekend, but from the COVID. But it's just really disappointing, that we did not play better than we played today. But I think again, you got to give Holy Cross all the credit in the world. Their kids just really competed, and yeah, they were in a flow. They shot the heck out of the ball. They made shots that maybe they didn't make last week. Earlier in the week against BU, but you know what, they did it, and we're going to have to figure something out here, in the next 20 hours.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, any more questions? Okay.
Can I just jump in with one more? Is that a plexiglass barrier between you guys?
Yes.
There is. And I was just curious, across the duration of the pandemic, have you been able to spend time, how has your family handled your own individual bubbles and stuff? Or is this a time that you two have even seen each other in person, which is rare.
This is rare. You know, we obviously we get tested. The two of us do. You know, our families have been tested, you know, depending on situations. Over the holidays, it was very difficult. Maureen's sister lives in the area, and my son lives in Long Island, New York. So we've been able to spend a little bit more time with them than with Maureen. But, you know, Massachusetts is one of the contiguous states. So it's, I guess we're okay. But we've been very fortunate. I mean, you know, in terms of location, but they were not allowed to attend the game today. My wife was here, so that was really nice. You know, our administration was able to get that, work that out. And you know, I thought they'd put her in a bubble suit or something, but she was here in all her glory with her purple and black and Holy Cross gear on, along with Army gear. So we'll have a lot to talk about in the next couple of family gatherings, that's for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.